Plaintiff Jeffrey Wilson says the defendant is his brother, and he claims he's been addicted to prescription pills for years. Jeffrey claims his brother even used his identity to obtain prescriptions from various hospitals, and he's currently on probation for identity theft. Jeffrey's suing for emotional distress. Defendant Paul Wilson III says Jeffrey has no reason to criticize him for his drug use when Jeffrey not only used crystal meth, but he also sold it. Paul admits that he used Jeffrey's identity to obtain drugs, but insists it was only because he was an addict and he wasn't thinking straight. Paul's countersuing because he claims Jeffrey also stole his identity.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Well, Paul, he was raised by my grandparents. After my grandma passed away, he became out of control. He started doing all kinds of prescription pills. I believe he's still addicted to pain pills today. If you could do a drug test on him today,
I agree
that he would
Excuse me, Your Honor. Could you ask him? My brother is a hypocrite because he's sold meth. He's done meth before, and I am willing to do a drug test right now. I've been clean for a year. He just will not leave it alone.
Okay,
I have relatives that won't let him on the property because they're afraid that he will fall and sue him.
But anyhow, like I was saying, you better check your wallet. He might have your Social Security card.
Well.
But back to saying what I'm saying, he was after my grandparents passed away.
Don't you fall in here.
Yeah, you might want to watch. You might.
Hey, but after my grandparents passed away, he became out of control. He's currently on probation for using my identity and for obtaining prescription pills in my name. And I have plenty of evidence stating that he would go to the hospitals and say that it would say 30, he would change a 30 into so-and-so.
I did it one time.
How do you change a 30?
He would change a 30 into an 80.
Gotcha.
Or use my identity. I'm
not
scared to even
milligrams.
What, the number?
Number of pills.
Okay.
And I admit that I did do that. I'm not denying that I did.
All right, so why won't you admit that you owe him some money?
Because he's used my identity way before I ever used it.
That's your counterclaim.
Yes.
But we're talking about his claim against you. Let's talk about what you did to him before we talk about what he did to you. Why did you do this to him?
Because I was addicted to pain pills at the time, but
still are.
Don't make it sound so pretty. You're a dope fiend.
I was.
Exactly.
I was. And I went to...
The reason I call it like I see it, because folks like to come in with that feel sorry stuff.
Well, no.
Try and act like that, oh, it was a disease. It might have been. But to discourage you from catching that disease again, which is...
I went to drug.
I've even lost jobs because of him. And I don't know why his witness is even over there. She should be on my side because...
Let's talk about these scams you've been engaged in. How many lawsuits have you had?
I've never had a scamming lawsuit.
3
We just got in a car wreck.
Car wreck, what else?
That's it.
He's made it.
That's it.
At an old house where I lived at, we had an awning on the side of the house that was about to fall down. He made it fall on him, and he sued my landlord. He got $800 out of that.
You sued the landlord?
Oh, yeah, I sued the landlord.
So why did you just lie?
No, I didn't lie. I sued the landlord.
You said the only suit you had was an auto accident.
Yes. Well, I got in a car wreck,
and
I sued his landlord.
Person, Your Honor.
The reason I'm asking this, sir, is because it could be that today's case against him is a scam.
If you're currently off pills, and you're on probation, why, knowing that you're addicted to those pain pills, why would you come out of rehab and get right back on them?
I'm not on them. That's the whole thing.
A lot of people do that. In fact, one of the primary reasons that people go back to drugs is because they never wanted to get off in the first place.
Your Honor,
and they were either forced by the court, they were put out of the house and needed a place to stay and felt they had hit bottom, so that's when they decide to go. But it only works when you decide.
Yes, and I decided I'm trying to move on with my life. But
still today.
No, you can't move on until you pay off the damage that you've caused to people. Okay. One of the principal facts in recovery is that you first have to admit that you are a drug addict or an alcoholic.
Yes, I admitted
You have
that.
to admit that you can't control it yourself and you need the help of
Yes.
a spiritual power.
Yes.
You then have to try and make up to those whom you have damaged. You just can't walk away and say, I know I took all your money. I know you're $10,000 short now because of what I did. I know I caused you to be homeless because I took your mortgage money, but I'm sorry. It was a disease.
Yeah, but none of us
No,
have a
you
big
have to
impact
pay
on
people
him.
back for the damage you've
well,
caused.
then he owes me $4,000 for these
Well, we'll get
records.
to your lawsuit.
Okay.
What are you going to say?
I mean, still to today, I'm scared to even go outside my home
Why?
because if we say that we get
You
pulled
haven't
over for a
addressed this
traffic,
matter? What'd you say, Doyle?
There's an awning outside his house.
Said
Hey,
it's a-
Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor.
Wyatt, has it been addressed with the law authorities?
yes, it's been addressed through
So
every
you
police.
don't have it on your record, right?
No, well,
no,
what
it's
it is
clean.
right now is every time that they do a background check on me, I have papers that they
Does it come up?
expunge. It comes up every single time.
Why, if it's been expunged?
I have no clue.
Did the judge issue an order that the case be dismissed and that it be expunged?
Yes,
The judge
it
must say expunge it
Right
or
here.
remove it from your record. Did the judge order that?
Yeah,
And did you take that to the police department?
I took everything to the police
And what
department.
did the police say?
They said that every time I turn in an application, I have to take that paper with me, proving that
that's
wasn't me.
Try the prosecutor's office next.
Okay.
And then go back to the judge. You're going to have to go back to the court and say, Judge, the police department isn't following your order and it's caused a blemish on my record. It continues to, and until they remove it, I'm being damaged in my career. And my brother, although he's only able to pay me $4,000 because you will today, I still don't have a clean record which will allow me to obtain certain types of employment. Your counterclaim for $4,000 is for what?
For him using my identity. Way
Did he
before
buy dope too with your identity?
No, they got a weapons charge on here and adult curfew.
Adult curfew.
Yeah, I never even heard and don't even know what adult curfew is.
So you were so bad they wouldn't let you out as an adult?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Was this some type of tether?
I have no clue what that is.
And Your Honor, another thing he didn't tell you the truth about suing Goodwill for slipping and
So
falling.
this is not
Oh,
him.
man.
It's under my name, but I've never.
I'm
went
looking,
to-
no, it says some other guy, and it has a picture of the guy. I don't
That
trust
came
you.
off
I
the
don't trust
website.
you. You're a scam artist.
I'm a scam. He's suing everybody in town.
Yeah.
And you tricking everybody out of dope that you can get to.
No, I'm not.
That you waiting till the pharmacy open.
No,
Standing out there in the morning.
no, Your Honor.
Weren't you?
No. No. He went into a Goodwill store to use the bathroom and slipped and fell. He sued Goodwill.
Sir? Please tell me you didn't sue Goodwill.
Yes, he did. Don't. You can check that on computer records. Anything he did.
He's crazy. Like I said, check your ID.
So your counterclaim for $4,000 is that he used your ID as
Way
well.
before I ever got in
All
any
right.
trouble.
Sir, did you do this?
No, I didn't.
How do I know he did?
There's no.
Did you prosecute him?
No, I didn't know he did it until I looked on the computer and saw
When?
this stuff.
When did you recognize it, sir?
Whenever we decided to come to court, I pulled off everything on the computer.
Well, sir, you haven't shown me evidence that it was him.
Yes,
You should go to the police, as he did with you and the prosecutor.
yes, and I paid my price. I went to jail. I went to drug rehab.
Right. So now send him to jail and send him to
No, I don't really
scam
want,
rehab.
I really don't want. I really don't want to. I just want this to die and.
Well, I'm gonna let it die today. Your claim is dismissed since you want to let it die, and you're unable to prove that he used your ID. You admittedly used his ID. You've messed up his record. You've impeded his ability to get jobs, and therefore I'm going to grant his emotional distress request, because certainly it causes emotional distress for him to go and inquire or look to get a job, and a criminal conviction comes up on his record, a criminal conviction for a crime he did not commit. Have a good day. $4,000 for the plaintiff. Your claim is dismissed.
I just wish everything can go back and we could become brothers now since everything's done.
Yeah, but you need to put yourself in a rehab, not an in and out rehab. You need to be put in there. I don't think it's funny. I'm not saying you're laughing,
man.
So you need rehab. You need inside rehab.
I got help.